So I am the first of my family, first of my generation, specifically to graduate from college. It meant more for me, for my family than for myself at the time. I was super excited. Walking was just an experience that I just didn't think it was for me. I've always felt like I'm capable of great things. I pride myself in being a Garcia, being part of my clan, from my family, and being able to represent them and just in a different area and a different career was just amazing.
Hey guys, welcome back to Bold. My name is Isabel, and in this episode we have Justo Garcia, a University of St. Thomas alumnus who now works at the Kolbe School as an admissions counselor. In this episode, we talk about how full circle everything in Justo's life has been, but also the amazing programs that the Kolbe School offers. But before we get started, make sure to like and subscribe. Check us out on Instagram and YouTube at Max Studios UST to stay in the loop and get a behind-the-scenes sneak peek at everything that we're working on. Now, let's jump into this episode of Bold with Justo. Hey Justo, how are you?
I'm good as well. Thank you for asking.
Thank you so much for being on Bold.
I appreciate very much the opportunity.
Oh, absolutely. Can you give us your little elevator speech? A little intro?
Yes, so my name is Justo Garcia. I am the admissions counselor for the Kolbe School of Innovation and Professional Studies, which houses our associate degree programs here at UST. I'm also a master's student, Go Celts. And I'm just super excited to be here today.
Yeah.
I really like y'all's podcast. I love your energy. I love y'all's energy on campus and on camera. So yeah, I'm really excited and also nervous.
No, don't be nervous. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. And you did your undergrad here at UST, correct?
Yes, I did. So I came to UST in 2005, showing my age. I'm considered a non-traditional student. It took me 7 years to earn my degree. I had to, life happens sometimes, and so I left UST early on into my undergraduate program and went to HCC, Community College, for about a year, returned, and applied for financial aid, and was able to finish my degree in 2012. I earned my bachelor's in psychology with a minor in philosophy. And St. Thomas really, I came in as a business major. So St. Thomas really formed me into who I am today, because I never really had an interest in philosophy, and it wouldn't have been something I pursued if I would have went to any other school. And so it was actually, St. Thomas was the only college that I applied for. I did JROTC in high school, and all of my friends went into the Marine Corps. And so I was working with the recruiter, and I was all set to go. And I made a promise to my mom that I would go to a college if I got a full ride. And so, credit to CUST, was the only school that I applied for, and they offered me a great scholarship package that I just couldn't refuse. They made an offer that I couldn't refuse. And so, it's life gives you opportunity, God gives you opportunity, and it's up to you to make choices. And so I made that choice that really impacted a lot of my life since I've been super involved with UST since coming in 2005.
And so when you came back from that break, what was that experience like?
It was intimidating. You find yourself uprooted outside of your class, or your group or cohort, if you would say. And so, when I returned, a lot of my classmates that I had started school with were either graduating or had just graduated, and I had a new generation of UST students to become friends with and just immerse myself with. So it was a little intimidating. You tend to judge yourself for where you are in life and compare yourself to others. And credit to UST again, and just the support systems that I was able to find here, as well as outside of UST, that helped me just kind of keep focused on what I'm doing, what I'm in control of. And it was a very welcoming experience. Even when I left, the relationships that I built here with faculty, staff, as well as with the community, with my classmates, were super influential on my decision making. And that energy is really carried out throughout the staff and faculty. They honestly care. they care a lot. And I mean, because being a small university, being a private school, it comes with that by having small classrooms. You're kind of forced to have that one-on-one attention, especially as a teacher. Being a former teacher, it's really important to be able to engage and get to know your students, because when you have a high number of people in your classroom, it's easy to lose those, especially in public school, and you're just trying to get a lot of students to complete high school. It's a different energy here on campus, and because of those support systems, it was unnerving to come back to St. Thomas, to be honest. It was intimidating, but it was really easy to get back in the step of things.
Absolutely. I completely agree about the support system and the community. It's incredible and unmatched here. And how did it feel when you finally graduated? What was that experience like?
So I am the first of my family, first of my generation, specifically to graduate from college. It meant more for me, for my family, than for myself at the time. I was super excited. Walking was just an experience that I just didn't think it was for me. I've always felt like I'm capable of great things. I pride myself in being a Garcia, being part of my clan, from my family, and being able to represent them and just in a different area and a different career was just amazing. Like it was one of the first times that I had all of my uncles and aunts in one space to come celebrate me, and it was humbling. It was a cool feeling, and it's kind of like what we tell people in admissions. It's not just you going to college; it's your whole family. It's a shared experience, especially in those moments where they have the opportunity to celebrate you, not just support you and say, you pay for school. Something my family always reminded me, especially whenever I got on financial aid, was that, hey, you don't want to go to class today, you don't feel motivated. Let me just remind you, you pay for school. And yes,
Yeah.
it's a thing. It's a thing. And so, it was an amazing feeling. I mean, the person that I remember a lot from UST that day was Dr. Joe. I have the photo at home. Still old school, I still frame photos. And Dr. Joe is one of those people that I have a photo of on my graduation. And just like one of the faces I think of outside of my mom, outside of my family, is Dr. Joe's expression of just celebrating me that day. It was awesome to be able to reward her with her efforts and me with that diploma.
Congratulations. I've never thought about it that way, of like going to college is like a family thing. It's not just like a you thing. Yeah,
it's a huge thing for your family, especially being Hispanic. My family came from Nicaragua during the war over there, and as a result of the war. And so when my family came here, we didn't have a lot. And so one of the things that, my father, I think he dropped out, in middle school or high school at a very early age. My mom, she did a few semesters at A&M, but because of life circumstance and obligation, they just didn't have or afford a lot of those opportunities. Your family, your friends, they want to support you in what you want to pursue and whatever you want to do, but they just need to know how. Sometimes they just don't know how, especially when you're a first-generation student. And so I didn't appreciate and communicate enough with my family about events going on, what I needed in terms of time management, right? Just days that they want to see you, but you're like, I got stuff to do. You're not communicating. I wasn't good at communicating the specifics of why it was. And now as an adult, even when I graduating was one of the first experiences that my family came out and attended. And it wasn't as a consequence of their energy of wanting to support. It was just my communication. I think most college students face that, where it's the first time of independence and you're trying to become your own person and you kind of forget on how to keep your family involved.
Absolutely. Okay, I want to go back to what you were saying about being in college, but also being part of your family and having that balance, which I think is very difficult. And I've struggled with my sister, who's a freshman, she's going through that right now. What advice do you have to people that are trying to be their own person, but also you know what I mean? Be a part of their family. Yeah. What advice do you have? If
I was going to advise anybody, again, just what you can do to maintain those relationships with your family, friends, support systems, just communicate. Schedule it, plan it, write it down. Hey, Thursdays, 12:30, 30-second call to my mom. Fridays, I'll maybe reach out to my cousin or my best friend. So that way when you're planning things, you don't feel like you're being left behind. You don't feel like you're falling behind, right? And they know that you're good. So that's my biggest advice. Outside of just going to go see them.
All right, so now we're going to go to Justo's office in the Kolbe school. All right, Justo, tell me about the space that we're in right now.
So it's a lived-in space, obviously. My office here at the University of St. Thomas is in our admissions building, which is the Monahan House. It's a really cool feeling. I had mentioned it off camera that when I was a student here, I helped install the AC units here in the building before it was owned by the university. So it's a very surreal feeling of just full circle my whole career at St. Thomas as a student, as an employee, to be here. We're in the admissions office. My role as admissions counselor is under the admissions umbrella. We have different departments and different roles here in admissions. I'm a recruiter and an admissions counselor, and so my role in working with the Kolbe school, I work much closer than our other admissions counselors with the program, being it that we're a small program and how we work together. It's an amazing opportunity to be able to work for not only for the Kolbe school, but working for admissions, because I get to get a lot of direction in my role as an admissions counselor. As you can see, I just spend a lot of time here in the office as well as at home. We have, as a result of the pandemic, we're off and on, we get to have the opportunity to work remotely as well, which I'm very grateful for on behalf of my pets.
And so service, big part of I feel like everything that you do just kind of circles around service. Yeah. Why is that so important to you?
I feel that to get personal, I feel that whenever you're a kid and you want to support your family and loved ones, but you don't have the tools or voice at that age to be able to offer the support that you need. It's as an adult, taking advantage of the parts that, and this is through the teachings here at St. Thomas, help foster and build on the part of me of my spirituality. And a lot of spirituality comes with being a community member. And so, that I would say, I'll sum up and say, it just comes natural for me. When it comes to who do you think about first? I think of others first when I wake up. I think of my siblings. I think of my mom. I think of my friends. I think of my partner. I think of my pets. I think of all the people around me before I think about myself and what I'm going to do today, right? And so it just kind of comes with, I think, just coming from, I guess, a non-traditional home and wanting to help others, wanting to help your loved ones, but not having an avenue. Then as an adult, just kind of realize, oh wow, by taking advantage of some opportunities, I am able to foster this innate feeling I have to helping others, and it's just cool. I didn't have all the tools and privilege that some others may have when we're thinking about going to college, going to the right school, paying the bills. And so through empathy, you really find the human dignity in others and yourself. And service work helps keep you grounded, helps you keep you humble. And it's just a way of using that power of empathy. Experience is so important in life. Right? Anything that you've experienced, being able to communicate that experience, being able to channel that, right? The consequences of those experiences, it's such a tool for those who need help, And so, again, through UST, I've had a lot of opportunity to be able to do service work as a result of my education here. I've been able to pursue those things wholeheartedly, with an open mind. So it just comes easy when it comes for me to help others. So, and I'm thankful for that. I think sometimes you meet people who it doesn't come easy for them, and bless them, because everybody has a different path. And I feel like in social work, in social services, there's a lot of burnout. It's not meant for everybody. There's only so much an individual can take on through the power of empathy, because when you're helping people and you're seeing people struggle, it's hard on you. It's hard to leave that behind, especially when it's not just in your career that you're actively in, but also in that you're inactively in, right? I'm a mixed martial artist. So we get a lot of athletes that come in who may not be athletes, and may not be traditional athletes, who may never have participated in that type of violence, you know? And again, you want to create safe environments for those people. And when you see somebody struggling for their self-identity, struggling through their self-confidence, struggling through just support systems, it's cool to be able to be like, hey, you're good, I'm the guy. So yeah, I take a lot of ownership and it's very fulfilling.
Awesome. And we're back. All right, so you graduated. Tell me a little bit about things you did like after you graduated.
Yeah, so immediately when I graduated, I pursued a job as a life coach, working for a nonprofit that was contracted through HISD. I had the opportunity to work with students in the classroom, offer them support. When I didn't realize it was performance-based support, but yeah, being a life coach, it was an amazing opportunity that led to working for UST. Working for HISD as a teacher. I did that for 3 years through high school, middle school, and elementary, working at Fondren Cullen Middle School and Sharpstown High School. From there, I had the privilege of working for a nonprofit called ABDA. One of our community partners at St. Thomas aids victims of domestic abuse. They offer legal services for free $99 for victims for protective orders, divorce, and custody. From there, I worked about a year and a half at the Women's Home. I had that privilege because my former director at ABDA moved on into the Women's Home, and I was able to take that opportunity as a case manager, working with the homeless population who are in recovery, and they have their work is holistic, and so it was an amazing experience working there. And from there, as a case manager, I was able to come back to UST as an admissions counselor. A lot of it be based off of my merit, of course. You know, from graduating into coming to UST, I felt like a Pokemon trainer, just adding up all these badges from different gyms. And you know, one of my dreams has always been to work for UST because they invested so much into me, into my mental health, into my performance as a student, me as a person, and my human dignity. And I've just always wanted to come back and work at UST. I'm biased as well because, you know, St. Thomas supports its faculty and staff by offering tuition remission. And so it was a motivator because I wanted to go back to school. Being able to take advantage of these opportunities because nobody's giving me these things. I get these opportunities because of the way I carry myself, because of the way I treat people, the work that I do, and because I say yes. You know, I take chances on myself because at the end of the day, you are your own personal advocate. You are the best person to have in your corner. And I have been trying to find my direction. Again, I'm gonna go back. I call it adulting still. And I'm still trying to find my way. But just by taking chances, I find myself a lot this year at St. Thomas having those same feelings of fear and anxiety, but just feeling that reward of just do it. Like, they wouldn't ask you to do it unless they believed in you, and just recognizing that, not the self-belief, but the belief that other people have. Again, I find a lot of that here at UST, and I thrive off of it.
And then let's give a shout out to the Kolbe School. Tell me everything about it.
Oh, you feel like I've been long-winded now. Okay, the Kolbe School of Innovation Professional Studies, or also the Kolbe School, houses all of our associate degree programs. There are associate degrees, Associates of Applied Science. These degrees are all 100% online minus one program. The online programs are 2 years compressed track, so students will complete two mini semesters within one regular semester. It's fast-paced, but it's all asynchronous. Students turn in their assignments weekly. They go through Blackboard like most of our UST students do as well. The program is all about access and opportunity. The program requirements for all of our programs, minus the Pragmatic Studies program, which I'll highlight in a sec, all of our program requirements are very straightforward. Access and opportunity. We require our application, which is always free 99 on our UST website. Working for admissions, we do require an official transcript, just like all other universities, but we don't have a GPA requirement. And that's not to say that we want every single person to come to UST. You know, we pride ourselves on our admission requirements, but the idea is that we want to serve a population of students who may not have considered college as an avenue for them, who would not consider a private Catholic university as an option for them. And for those that those who did not maximize their success and opportunities in high school, and for those that didn't have an opportunity to go to college right out of high school. You know, for our online programs, the average age is about 40 to 45, which is reflective of a lot of those who either want to change careers or who want to start a new career. And so that means that there's a lot of second chancers of students who either weren't able to pursue college out of high school and want the career for them. For those that who want to change careers or advance in their current careers. We offer online programs in general business with certifications that they can receive a year in that can help them today in their current careers. Dr. Mark Amalang is our chair. He prides himself in his saying, learn today, use tomorrow. Students will learn marketing skills, basic business management, business communication. Like I said, a year in, they can get their certifications. They can transfer the majority of their credits into the Cameron School of Business if they decide to pursue a bachelor's degree. Another program that we offer in the Kolbe School, that's an online program, is our drug and alcohol counseling program. This program results with students receiving their testing for their LCDC license, licensed chemical dependency counselor. This is an area of social services where students can work with those in recovery and struggling through addiction. These students are able to first year learn skill and knowledge, second year do their practicum. We also have our General Studies program, which we launched in the CTB of spring, or launching this spring in our CTB portion of the semester, as well as fall semester. It's a great program for students who may not know exactly what they want to pursue in college, who want to be able to go to college on their time, but it offers that flexibility to anybody who's trying to get the degree. We have our information technology programs, or our technical programs, headed by our chair, Professor Hector Garza. In the technical programs, we offer cybersecurity and network technology as associate online programs. Cybersecurity is a great program for those who want to be the Barbara Gordon to the Batman, or just work behind the computer for a company or business, either remotely or in person. Lastly, and I'm super biased again because I have a lot of passion for the Pragmatic Studies program and what they're doing. The Pragmatic Studies program serves students with learning differences and or disabilities for those who want to pursue college at a university level, but haven't had traditionally those opportunities before. And being a student, being an employee, it fills my heart to just see the experience that our students in Pragmatic Studies have had, participating in our clubs, participating in activities, coming to a university for the first time. These students are experiencing a level of independence that they traditionally have not experienced in the past. When you think about students coming out of high school, students with learning differences typically graduate high school around 21 years old, right? And so this is a big change in their lives, and close to half of our students live in Guinan, live in dorms, and they've been able to experience a true college experience. They've been able to, and of course, half of them commute as well. So again, St. Thomas prides itself in being a commuter school as well. And so it's been a really rewarding experience for our Pragmatic Studies students. And recently, we announced on our website as a news report that this program is going to be available as a bachelor's program in the fall. And so those 12 students are all now who just are graduating in May. they're going to be moving into a bachelor's program at St. Thomas. So when they walk this May, their diploma is going to say they pragmatic studies from the University of St. Thomas, just like any other major. That was long-winded. I'm sorry.
No,
I get
you're
very
good.
excited when
You're good.
it comes to talking about
I
this
mean,
program.
yeah, it's worth like being excited about. Like I'm excited about it. This is huge. Like you said, game changer. Thank you so much for coming and talking about it.
Thank you so much. Anytime. Again, any questions, just call us at 713-525-3549. Application's always free on our website. And closed mouths don't get fed. With opportunity comes choices, and don't leave it to assumptions. Our application's always free, whether if it's an associate program or bachelor program. Don't leave it assumption. Apply, complete the free application, 15 minutes like Geico. You can knock it out, upload an unofficial transcript. In the meantime, make an informed decision with you and your loved ones. Keep them included.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Same one, my friends. Thank you.
Go Celts.